Hello everyone, I'm here to share a big purple package that I'm about to send out, and by the time you see this, Vikki will have received this because I'm not going to post the video until she has this in her hands. I want her to be the first to go through it, but I thought you might enjoy seeing what I put together. This was the first journal I've done where a color was the theme, and I've done different colors in the garden, but never just a color as itself. So, and of course, as I was going through making the journal and getting everything together, it grew and grew because everything I saw purple I grabbed and put in my purple pile, and this is what I came up with. So I made a number of purple paper clips with sari silk and ribbon and lace. And this was actually the altered paper clip that I made in a tutorial a few videos back. You can find it on my YouTube. Use that fabulous sequined and beaded silk from Boho Daydreams. And that was a lot of fun. And I've put in some pretty dusty purple is what I would call this color. It's darker than lavender, but it's not bright purple. And some lavender index cards. I love the pastels, so I picked out the purples from one of my packs. And I love these wire wrapped stones. I get them in the strung bead section at Michael's, and if you wait for a sale, they're super reasonable. And these are a faded purple. They lavender, very light, and when the color catches it, they've got a neat color to it. And this very purple lace. So I'll send that along. I'm sure Vikki can find a use for this. So my initial idea was to put in a blank recollections planner, and this cranberry color, kind of shades or hints of purple, I thought was the closest thing to purple that I could get. And I was just going to put a blank one in because I know in Britain you guys don't have Michael's Crafts to buy the recollection planners. And as I was going through things for the journal, I started putting together the planner, and so there's an altered planner in with your journal because it grew. It took on a life of its own. So let me put the journal aside here for just a minute and see if I can zoom you right in. So this is the personal size planner from Recollections, and they wear really well. I have one that I've been using pretty regularly for about 2 years for different stuff, and there's just very little wear and tear on it. They hold up quite well. And in the lace pocket where I put some purple buttons, I just attached some tags. This is the real brush pens by Arteza watercolors that I did on an index card. A little Tim Holtz snippet pen with a sunflower. Vikki loves sunflowers. Next to purple, it's the second thing that she says that she loves the most. And then I made a tag, and in the tag there are just different assortments of little inserts and stuff in a little tuck spot. So that's the cover. And then I didn't really assemble or put together the inside. I just put a lot of stuff. I thought Vikki is a fabulous crafter, so she can assemble all this any way she wants. But inside I have put a few antique little silk bobbins in different colors of purpley shades. and some purple clothespins. These were actually in a mason jar that was exposed to the sun, and some of them faded depending upon how they were laying in the jar. So they're different shades of purple, but they're still purple, so I'm pretty sure that that's okay. And some purple stones on owl clips, along with some purple binders and some more purple binders. And I have not put these in. I haven't even opened them up to anchor them, but I made a dashboard page with purple stitched on it and some sari silk in back of it, and just some neat little purple themed tags there. So when that's clipped in, this lace just hangs down below the page just a smidge, but not really out of the planner at all. And then I simply took some double-sided, I think this is the Prima Lavender paper, the cardstock, which definitely has all shades of purple in it. And I made 6 button tabs. This is what I do for my planners. Of course, you don't need to use it this way, but if you're not a person who needs a daily schedule and has lots of scheduled appointments each day and week, I find planners are best to use in these categories. So the first one is lists, and that has a little wish charm on it. And then calendar and projects. Vikki always has some excellent purple projects going on. And contacts, records, and other. And the other has a sunshine charm on it. So you can take these and glue or sew anything onto them. They're pretty blank. It's a palette for you, really. And then I've punched these and distressed them with purple distress ink, and put some purple here, and there's a tuck spot on the back. And here's another purple inked page, and I wasn't sure how to include these, so I've just clipped these in. These are daisies with purple centers, and I took some ivory or off-white Hobby Lobby lace and distressed inked it into a light lavender purple color there. So, and then one more to clip in with some purple and white tassels. So I figured you could use those and put it together. And then I love these. This is a calendar book from Michaels, and these are undated. They're blank weekly and monthly pages, so you can literally take the pages out and put them into any section you want. And so that's a good blank, free-for-all kind of thing that you can use to fill up your pages. And then I also clipped in a new sticky pad. I think this is Recollections as well. I got so excited when I found it, I took it out of the package and put it right in the planner, and it had purples in it, so I naturally knew that it should go in here. And then this is the pack that comes with each of these, with some various to-do and blank pages and stuff. I've just left that in the wrapper, and some plastic dividers. And I have included one of my really favorite pens. It's a Zebra black clicky ink pen that I love to write with. It's got the grippy here, and they're narrow. They always fit well in the pen holders of all of the planners, even the Filofaxes and some of the planners that have really, really thin pen loops. They fit in well. So that is the altered planner. And finally, the journal. I call this the purple journal, It is 9 by 6, and the spine is 2¼ between 2¼ 2½ inches wide. The fabric that I used to cover this is what I would call a Baja kind of fabric. It's you might see a thin Mexican blanket made out of this type of material, or even a hoodie, like a Baja hoodie like we used to wear to the Grateful Dead shows. And it just had this fabulous, really dusty purple, and I knew that there would be other purples in the journal that would really pop, so I wanted more of a muted background to bring out the other purple colors. And I've got a lavender here from, I'm pretty sure this is from a Curious Herbal Digi, and from Lavender in the Garden. Some really pretty Lyric Sari trim down under that picture. There's a detachable tassel with a bulldog clip, and a Tim Holtz coin, which I had to get my glasses to read. I want to be improbable and afraid of nothing, as if I had wings. So I thought that that was fun. And this is got several colors of eyelash trim and several colors of silk and some lace and some of my favorite daisies, and just all fibers and soft. So, and that just clips on and off real easy, so you can clip this on something besides the journal if you'd prefer. And I have this fabulous, oh gosh, you know, it's so light I wouldn't even call this lavender or lilac. I've seen lilacs this color. It's barely purple. It's just so pretty, but definitely purpley overtones and shades. So that's what I used for the closure. And I put two strings of it through here so that it ended up with 4 tails, which is why it floofs so well when the knot is tied, when the bow is tied in it. So going inside, I did something, it was really a struggle. I used purple thread. I always use off-white or cream-colored thread, and in this I used a lavender purple thread, so I was so happy with the effect that that had. And at the end I ran out, and I was actually using a bright purple thread. By that time I had acclimated, but so just lots of purple in here. Purple. What I did was I went through all of my digis and just pulled out any picture that jumped out at me with purple in it, and I actually made a collage of that to print for the digi. So going through and naming which kits these came out of, which sets, it would be near impossible. I probably used 25 different compilations, but so all kinds of stuff. I love this picture of the gals arranging the lilacs into vases. And I did a lot of collaged, stitched index cards, some of them tea-dyed and some of them on the purple lavender. And I just did a little signature card there. Some of the stuff is distressed in vintage photo ink and some in the purple. I think they call it Dusty Concord. So, twilight fell, the sky turned to a light dusky purple littered with tiny silver stars. That's in Harry Potter. It's stenciling throughout, and all of the quotes throughout here have purple references in them. And there's a dragonfly. Here's another collaged card some watercolors on it. Wisteria and lilac. Some of these pictures of the flowers I actually found on Pixabay, which has public domain photographs, just fabulous. And I used purple designs on the cardstock to make the dangles and put little inspiring "Be Fearless" perspective, is what these say. And another watercolored index card with sari silk and one of my favorite drawings, and this little girl has purple flowers in her hair and sunflowers, which are two of Vicky's favorites. These are the alpine bookmarks. Another great picture. Pretty sure that's from Lavender in the Garden. It was such a... I really started getting into it once I was a few pages in and started using the soft purple thread. I liked the way it came out. And it didn't even bother me on the back of the page either. I'm so regimented in certain things that I do, and the color thread I use is one of them. Here's a little purple bead. Little tiny flowers on it there. Yellow irises. I'm pretty sure that's Van Gogh. I love the mushrooms. They look more pink when I printed them out. They looked purple on the screen to me. And here's a page out of I can't even remember which one. I believe it's medicinal plants and herbs. And these look like they have a purple tone to it. I was going to say they're thistle. I think they're chives now that I'm looking at them. Although there's a butterfly on it. I don't think I've ever seen a butterfly on my chives. Huh. The little girl in the purple raincoat. So the colors are still muted. I tried to put a bright splotch of loud purple here and there. I'm trying to branch out. My color wheel is expanding slowly but surely. It's another one of those great pictures from Pixabay. I've got Oscar Wilde and Jimi Hendrix on the same page. You never know how these quotes are going to go together. I don't print them to be compiled in any specific order for most of my journals, so you can get some kind of funny things together. The little berry children. And these dangles say, "Make a wish and all you need is love." Here I've got Hilda Doolittle and Walt Whitman on the same pages. But there are so many authors that had something to say about the wonderful color of purple. I even like the way the muslin tabs look with the soft purple stitching in them. when God made the color purple, God was just showing off. Love the argyle. She's got a fabulous purple coat on. Some Tim Holtz fabric. Some more purple from the flower book. I'm going to have to go back through my books and find what I took that from. I just cannot remember. Used some of my fun garden washi tape there. It's one of those alpine bookmarks. This is an illustration from a book called The Purple Parasol. Here's a little charm on this lace. It says Once Upon a Time. And another sunflower. Love the purple ribbon in her hair. And these dangles say, don't forget to fly and use your wings. It's one of my favorite Jessie Wilcox Smith images. The little girl looking into the lily pond. There's a purple mushroom. I love the arbor of, I think they're lilacs. They don't look drippy enough to be wisteria. That's definitely lavender. Just a tea-dyed index card with some purple watercoloring and some purple flavors, little purple flowers on the tags, purple birds. Oh, I'm glad I saw this. I have some purple washi I'm going to pop in. I've used a few strips in here, but I'm going to put those in. Vicki, you'll have far more fun with it than I would, so much as I love washi. Spuddy wee. Vicki and I spent a whole afternoon making up words and having the most hilarious conversation of our made-up words, which I was writing down because while we were talking about that, we were actually planning our journal swap. And Spuddy Wee was one that she had come up with, so I made her several Spuddy Wee journal pages in here so that so she could remember our silliness. That was fun. Water lilies, that's Monet. I've seen this printed on computers before where it was more blue and others where it was more purple. The one from My Digi that I put in had the more purple colors. I really like that. Fabulous picture. And another purple beaded charm that I made. And again, some off-white lace with the Dusty Concord Distress ink on it. Give it a purple tinge to it. And I'm pretty sure that's Fields of Lavender by Van Gogh. I think that's what it is. And dragonfly, his wings looked purple-blue to me. And these dangles say, be amazed and stay curious. This was also from our made-up word day, the hoofa-doofas. Yes, I am a word maker-upper, and I'm always happy to engage another one in fun conversation. Another Spuddy Wee journal page. Flax, and that's just got a little fabric stitched in back of it. Great iris there, and this is a plantain, and I think the other is echinacea, the coneflower. And there's a little card back here that says Vikki, the purple journal, and in the pocket I've got some sorry here, and this is Van Gogh's, one of his irises with the sunflowers. So yeah, so that is the purple journal, and it showed me several things. It showed me that I could do a color, a loud color like purple, and still give it a vintage feel, even though it was what I always think of it as such a bright new loud color, and it came out really nice, I thought, trying to blend it with the earth tones. And yeah, you can do a whole theme around a color, so I really enjoyed that. And of course, now everywhere I go I see something purple and immediately think of Vikki, or how I could work it into a journal. It's a whole new expanded color thought process. I had so much fun doing this swap with you, Vikki, and I hope you enjoy your journal, and I'll talk to you all soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.